So hey guys, this is part two, and what I want to discuss on part two is going further into this conversation I had with one of my friends, and she's actually a lesbian, and she was on her way to finding God, but I think the way, with the lifestyle of being a lesbian, I think that is something that deterred her from seeking Him, because it's kind of like you feel like this is who you are. Again, I went through all these emotions and all these feelings, like. I know, don't think I'm not sympathetic to what you guys feel. Don't think I don't know the arguments because I've been there. Look how far I came, you know? But the thing is like, if I ever went through a field walking with you and there was a tree or a line of trees, and I said, well, let me go over there first and see what's going on. And then after, when it's cool, I'll tell you guys to come over. So I walk ahead of you and I go into these trees. And then a minutes later, I'm running out with scratches on my face, blood pouring down from my body. My clothes are torn, and I'm just running, just pure adrenaline telling you, go, 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 run, run, run. Don't you think you'd be running with me? Or would you be like, no, I think I'm going to go see what's over there? It's like I may not be physically holding the cuts and the blood all over me, but spiritually I am. And I'm telling you, this lifestyle is dangerous. And I was going into like Sodom and Gomorrah. And if you look around us in these modern times, you see that we're literally in the modern times of Sodom and Gomorrah. You see, you see how they sexualize children. You see, sex everywhere. You see prostitution. You see women not caring for themselves. You see people not holding themselves in a holy manner at all. They're cussing a lot, which is something I'm still working on too. You see, people stealing, lying, cheating, killing. You see how men treat women and treat them like animals or possessions and not as people. And you see people doing drugs and drinking, and you see all this stuff in excess. And these are the modern times of Sodom and Gomorrah. And like how I told you, seen how the Father dealt with that. It's only a matter of time before he just is overwhelmed with all the evilness here. And the only thing really truly saving us from that a friend and I discussed, is Israel. That we have ties with Israel. So the Father is hoping that we will make better choices, which I don't see what we're going to do. But anyway, we got into the discussion of hell, and she was even bringing up topics about like good people, that she felt that she believes that there's something out there, but when she sees it, she'll in other words, if she finds out God is real, that she'll actually turn towards him. But there's going to be a great deception that's coming, because the devil is all about smoke and mirrors. You won't know. You won't know anything until you're standing before your Messiah, and trust me, when you stand before him, you will have no doubt in your mind who you are standing before. And it'll be terrifying. They even said that even his most faithful followers will tremble before him, just at the very sight of him. So imagine people who are wicked. They'll be trying to hide from him, but where are you going to hide? Can't hide anywhere. But anyway, she was talking about, or even I brought up the argument to her about with this friend of mine. When I was having arguments with him, I told him, I had a revelation about even like Buddhist monks. I was like, these people are peaceful. They try not to hurt a fly. They'll dig the earth with their very hands so they can feel that when there's an earthworm, they won't hurt it, or they don't kill anything. They don't do any of that stuff. But everything's energy to them. They channel energy. They do things that are amazing. And the devil, like how I said, is smoke and mirrors. You can't sell something. It's just like regular marketing. You can't sell one product to one person. Even if you go into Walmart, not to get gross, you go into Walmart and you go near the feminine products, and there are like 50 different types of pads or tampons. I know this is a very gross subject, and I'm sorry. But just to prove not one thing works for one person. Colognes, perfumes, clothes. There's so many different things out there to capture the attention of different individuals. The same thing is with the devil. He knows that one religion that preaches death or self uh, self worship may not work for everybody. He knows that there may be people who want to see good things, want to see nice things. And the devil doesn't care how he sells it to you as long as you buy it. And that's all he wants. And even with Buddhism, he doesn't care if it's peaceful, if it's a loving uh, religion. He doesn't care. The whole point is that you don't believe in God. And that's all he wants. Because the whole point is that he knows he's going to lose. He knows he's going to lose. And the whole point is to take as many of us as he can before he goes. But there's always hope. There's always hope. From what I'm understanding in the Bible, there's going to be a period of time that if any of us do survive what's coming, if we do survive, we will not be in the city of Jerusalem, but the people who have died for the Father and for the Messiah will actually come out from the city of Jerusalem and will come and find the rest of us. And will try to bring us to the light of the city. And you guys, let me tell you, if you do your research, you will see that the Bible is more real than I ever thought it was. I thought it was just a really nice story that was just trying to give moral guidelines, to people, that it was all just a story. But, they said even in history, you find things, like even in the Red Sea, there was a gentleman, I'll get his name, I'll remember his name, but anyway, he went out to the Red Sea, and he actually found Pharaoh's chariot. The only reason why he couldn't bring it up is because the gold was the only thing keeping the shape of the chariot wheel, and other parts that were down there in the Red Sea, because the wood had rotted out already. It's been thousands of years. They also found iron hooves, like for the bottom of the horse's feet. Found skeletons of horses. They actually discovered that Joseph with the multicolored coat was actually a real person. That he had a different name in Egypt because he was renamed, but he was actually one guy below Pharaoh to actually save people from a bunch of famine, and was a great architect. And then they found too where Yeshua was actually killed and crucified, was actually not on top of Calvary Hill, like which a lot of Christians believe. It's really not. It was actually outside of the gates of Israel, because that's where they took all the people who were unclean. And everyone turned against Yeshua. He wasn't a hero to anyone at that time. And it was prophesied that's what would happen. And anyway, when he was out there and he died, the blood that dripped down on that tree that he was hanging on, when he died, the ground cracked open. And when the blood dripped down on the mercy seat, it actually fulfilled a prophecy, which was the thing that saved us. But the thing was is that this gentleman went there, actually found and scraped some blood off of that. And when he took it in to go be tested, they found out that it actually had all the chromosomes and all the makeup from the mother, but nothing from the father, which is impossible. You have to have genetic makeup from mother and father, and there was nothing from father, but stuff from the mother. And it was only half. So by all means, he shouldn't have ever existed. But if that wasn't amazing enough, he told them to test it and to basically hydrate it and see what would happen. And they said it was dead blood. They go, we can't do this. And he's like, just do it. Please just do it. And what they found out, and it made the man cry, and it even baffled the scientists that were sitting there with it, is that the blood came to life. The cells are moving. Everything was alive. And they didn't understand this is thousands of years old blood, dried blood, and it was still alive. And that's our Messiah's blood. He is life. And so there's all this proof that I could show you guys that proves more than ever how the Bible is truth. More truth than I ever understood, and I cannot refute now. So it's why I'm so passionate to tell you guys about turning away from sin and completely turning away from it. I'm still on my journey too, so it's not a one-night fix thing. Trust me, it's not. It's very hard. It took me a long time to come to the realization that to stop taking testosterone. That I was not who I thought I was. That I was a daughter of God, and I wasn't no son, And it talks about in the Bible too, guys, about cross-dressing, about how that was unacceptable as well. And paint it up how you want to paint it up. But either way, when you look at it, we're cross-dressing. And it's not a right thing to do. But give me your feedback, guys. And if you have arguments and you want to have arguments, I'm open to that. I will talk with you. And if I don't have the answer, I will find it for you. Trust me. I'm not going to turn you away. I'm not going to be the typical fundamentalist that you find out there that makes a bad rap for everybody. So please, get involved. Ask questions. Just show an interest of some sort. Alright, talk to you guys soon. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and shalom.